95% of dieters regain the weight right back. It's not because they didn't work hard enough. It's because they never learned how to exit the fat loss phase the right way. Welcome to the Nicole Curcio podcast, the show for women who want it all. Faith at the center, a strong and feminine body, deep family connections, and true freedom in their lives. I'm Nicole Curcio, a former medical insider turned fat loss and physique coach. I help high-performing women transform from the inside out, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without starving, obsessing, or burning out. Around here, we train with intention, eat with purpose, and build a life that reflects the woman you were created to be. Let's get into it. Let's talk about one of the hardest things in health and fitness: rebuilding trust with your body. Because let's be honest, after years of yo-yo dieting, starvation phases, and starting over every Monday, your body doesn't trust you. And honestly, can you blame it? Healing that trust, it's possible, but it doesn't happen through extremes. It happens through consistency. Now, I want to get really practical here and walk you through how some of this actually looks. The first step is learning how to exit a fat loss phase. And this is where almost everyone misses it. When you've been in a calorie deficit, your metabolism adapts downwards. Your body has been running on less and less fuel, which is fine for a season. But if you try to live there forever, you're going to burn out, you're going to plateau, and eventually you'll rebound. This is why reverse dieting is a non-negotiable. Let me break it down in simple language. Reverse dieting means you slowly and strategically increase your calories back up after a fat loss phase. We're not talking about jumping from 1,500 calories to 2,400 overnight. We're talking about small, steady bumps, 50 to 100 calories a day for each week. And then you add on, so on and so forth, and you monitor your body's response to it. Over time, you restore your metabolism, your hormones, and your energy. Now, I need to pause and say this very clearly. Reverse dieting is the most important part after fat loss phase, and it's also the most overlooked. Most people spend months, sometimes years, working hard to lose weight. They restrict, they grind, they finally see the number drop, and then what do? They either try to keep eating like that in a calorie deficit forever, which is not sustainable, or they celebrate with normal eating again, which feels amazing for about a week until all of the weight starts to pile back on. That's why 95% of dieters regain the weight right back. It's not because they didn't work hard enough. It's because they never learned how to exit the fat loss phase the right way. And listen, reverse dieting, it's not easy. It is a mental battlefield. You feel like you're eating more than you should be. You're terrified that the second you add calories back, you're going to blow up. Your brain screams, if I don't stay in a calorie deficit, I'm going to lose all of my progress. But here's the truth. The exact opposite actually happens. If you skip the reverse diet, you risk losing all of the progress that you actually worked so hard for. If you walk through it slowly, patiently, strategically, you actually keep the progress. And I want to be really real with you for a second. The reverse can feel harder than the actual fat loss phase. Why? Because you're choosing to trust the process while your brain is telling you to panic. And that's exactly why it is so powerful. This is where having a coach who won't BS you becomes essential. Someone who will hold the line, keep you accountable, and help you through the mental battles. That's what makes the difference between maintaining your progress and spiraling back into restriction and desperation. Let me give you an example. I just took one of my clients through a reverse diet, what some coaches will also call a holding phase. The idea of a holding phase is that we gradually increase the calories up to reset her body at a new, healthier metabolic set point. This allows for hormones, hunger cues, and energy systems to normalize, especially giving her body permission to operate at its new baseline without fear of regaining that fat back. Now, before we started this reverse diet, she had lost 40 pounds while working with me, and she was terrified to eat more. She was convinced that she would just get fat again the second that her calories went up, and every time the scale moved up, she'd panic. Without any guidance, she would have started restricting again, starving herself, or acting out of desperation to get that number back down immediately. But with me by her side, she was able to walk through it. We'd look at the scale together, see it bounce right back down the next week. That would reinforce trust in the process. Slowly, she learned to stop reacting to every fluctuation on the scale, and she started trusting that her body wasn't betraying her. It was recalibrating. And here's the payoff. Because we leaned into this phase with patience, we built strength in the gym, and we focused on increasing her metabolic ceiling through lifting, when it actually came time for the next fat loss phase, she started with a stronger metabolism than before, more energy, more confidence in herself than she ever had. And that's why having a coach is so critical. It's not just about the calories and the macros, but it's about having someone to guide you through the fear, help you stay consistent, and make sure that the hard work you've already done actually sticks. This is the step that rebuilds your metabolism. This is the step that cements your results long term. And this is the step that most women never get taught, which is why they end up stuck in that same cycle. Now let's talk about how to actually do it. These are the practical strategies. Plan your meals ahead of time. Even when you're eating more, structure still builds safety. Follow an 80-20 rule. 80% nutrient-dense foods, 20% fun foods. Let's keep it realistic. Give yourself grace. Not every day is going to be a perfect day. You're building trust with your body and with yourself, and that takes time. But here's the truth. You can earn back your body's trust, but only through patience and proof. It doesn't happen overnight, but every week you fuel yourself well, every workout you show up for, every day you eat enough and you don't spiral into guilt, your body is learning, hey, I can trust her again. Now, if you're listening to this right now and you're realizing this is exactly what I've been missing, I've lost the weight, but I have no idea how to maintain this body, or if you're scared of what happens when the diet actually ends, I want you to send me a message, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and say the word reverse. I'll personally walk you through what it would look like for you to run through a reverse diet. You don't just lose the weight, but you actually keep it off for good. Strong, sexy, and unapologetically confident. That's the goal. Now go lift heavy, eat like you mean it, and act like the woman you're becoming. Talk soon.